It is the longest road trip in the Central Canada Hockey League. The Cornwall Colts arrived a couple of hours ago at the Pembroke Memorial Centre, all the way up from the Seaway Valley as they visit historic Pembroke Memorial Centre and take on the Lumber Kings here tonight. These two teams off to a good start. The Cornwall Colts, as you see them arriving, as I said just a few hours ago, going through all of the screening that is now necessary in the COVID-19 pandemic era. Starting goaltenders tonight. Alex Houston, 2-0, a goals against average of 1 even. He's been that good with a .971 save percentage so far this year. At the other end, as we mentioned right off the top, as you look through the fog, it's a bit warm here in the building tonight, as you can see through the plexiglass. That's Reese Prue making his first start in a Lumber Kings jersey since the 2019-20 season, and as Kyle said, he was the Rookie of the Year in the Central Canada Hockey League that season. A great year he had indeed. Got the Lumber Kings into the playoffs, and then March 2020 arrived and everything stopped, and so we didn't get to see him perform in the postseason. Good forward pressure there by the Kings, not allowing the Cornwall power play to get set up. Now the Colts having all kinds of trouble getting organized here inside their own line. Harvey being checked by Egan, who's all over him and now tattoos him into the boards. And what a great job, and getting a good reaction not only from his teammates but the fans in the building as well, applauding in this early part of this Cornwall power play. That'll do it. The first period will come to an end, a period that the Pembroke Lumber Kings had a lot more chances but nothing to show for it as they outshoot the Cornwall Colts 13-1. And the first Cornwall shot comes with about 34 seconds left in the period, and it's a generous shot on goal as the puck looked like it was going wide, but knocked to the ice as the Colts try to dig it out. DuPont in there to help out. Centering pass got through. Here's Zerwecki, scores! The trailer, Jacob Zerwecki, finally solves the puzzle on the 20th Lumber Kings shot. They hit pay dirt. It's 1-0 Pembroke.
Well, that's a beautiful shot there by Jacob. He saw his opening there and he was able to just fire it at home right between the glove and the pad of Houston. And you're going to see here on the replay, he took his time and he fired it home. Houston not much of a chance on that.
On to the puck though, and Egan in there to help out. Puck skips, he takes his man to the corner I should say, and they're going to call him for a hold.
Oh.
He got his arm around. It was not a what you would call a blatant hold, but enough for the official to call it, and Egan is going to get the gate. Okay, here are a few numbers for DuPont, who kicked around this franchise for a while. His first big year was 84-85. His son now playing for the Lumber Kings. Here's Kirkby chasing after. Kirkby crashed into the net. Scores! What a beauty! 2-0 Jesse Kirkby.
That's a no-quit play there by Jesse Kirkby. He won that foot race all the way from the red line.
Short-handed, no less. Kirkby has given the Kings a 2-0 lead on just sheer hard work. And look at that as he goes to the forehand as he beat Lazarus. And with Brady Egan watching in the penalty box, the assistant captain Kirkby comes through. Here's a chance for Cornwall in close. Coleman just deflected it wide here, but they'll take the draw and try to get a quick shot. That won't happen, and the buzzer will sound. And the second period ends with 2 goals on the board, both for the Pembroke Lumber Kings, as Jacob Zerwecki scores at 6:06 of the second, and then a tremendous individual effort by Jesse Kirkby to score shorthanded at 12:48 to give the Kings a 2-0 lead, and they've doubled up the shots on the Colts through 40 minutes, 24-12. Puck loose right at the Lumber King line. Across that line comes Mira. Good block shot there, as sliding along the ice was Zerwecki. There's a goal! The Colts respond. That puck came out from in behind the cage, and they got a quick shot away, and they beat Prue, and it's 2-1.
I think it was a quick little deflection there because the puck actually squeezed through the legs of Reese Prue, who kind of looked very awkward on that play. which makes me think it was deflected, I think, by his own defenseman in front of the net.
Yeah, it just kind of happened. It was one of those broken plays, and the Colts have cut the lead to 2-1 as they light the lamp here at the 3:39 mark. Let's have a closer look. It comes out front, and just the pass was out of the corner and a quick shot, and it's now a 2-1 hockey game as Aaron Shaw has scored for Cornwall. Attackers, the puck in behind the icing line, and Pembroke just trying to take some more time off the clock. And then it is flipped out to center, and this will do it. Urbishi with an empty net. Scores! And that will be it. 4-1, 23.8 seconds remaining as Alex Urbishi gets his first goal of the season. It's an empty netter, and the Lumber Kings are about to win their third in a row after dropping the first game in Kemptville.
Really great burst of speed there by Urbishi. Kind of just a tap in, but you still have to have the high ends to be able to do it.
That's going to send some folks to the parking lot in the crowd tonight at 1936. Urbishi gets the goal to make it a 4-1 Pembroke lead.
So the Lumber Kings now 3-1 in the season, and they can get ready heading into the Thanksgiving weekend.
And of course, teams are still moving, a lot of moving parts. Reese Prue came in tonight, a couple of other new players as well. Now that's going to continue. It always does in September and October until teams start to settle and then they see where they're at. And then of course you have the trading deadline in early January when teams start to add pieces as well or remove pieces depending on where they are in the standings. But in a 55-game schedule, which is also important, it was 62 for a few years. The league has clawed back, removing 7 games. So a balanced schedule, play everybody 5 times. It doesn't take long before you know you're halfway through a schedule and you want to be in a decent spot for that second half, that second push after the Christmas holidays.
Well, that's, again, another big factor is you have to get off to an early start. So, you know, when the teams kind of do finalize the rosters and things like that, you're already maybe a little bit ahead of the game. And you know, there's players I know from the Lumber Kings who just maybe couldn't cut it here, and they've actually already made their way home starting this at the tail end of this weekend. So a lot of moving parts, but things are so important, especially at the beginning of the season, and we still have a lot of hockey left to play. You know, heading into the showcase this weekend, I know there's a lot of players and staff looking forward to getting into that all done. Normally that takes place over the Labor Day weekend, but, you know, with COVID restriction things, they had to push it back this year, and that's a real great opportunity to see a lot of hockey in a short period of time.
And that's going to be 3 games in 3 days for the Lumber Kings, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, all afternoon games, and that'll be a good test at the showcase down in Canada at the Sensplex. So tonight, the Lumber Kings win it 4-1 over the visiting Cornwall Colts. They get 2 goals in the second period and then 2 more in the third, one of them an empty netter, the finishing one by Alex Urbishi. And Reese Prue is solid. He wasn't tested a lot tonight, but his first game back, he gets a win, and that's important for the Lumber Kings moving forward. So that is the story tonight. So for my partner, Kyle Robinson, Tiana Tierney, our director and producer, Trevor Riley, who's also in the truck helping out tonight, and our entire team at Your TV, I bid you a very good night from the venerable Pembroke Memorial Center, where tonight the Lumber Kings win 4-1 over the Cornwall Colts. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Lumber Kings Hockey on Your TV.